Welcome everyone to the first episode of the Threat Report, brought to you by Threat Level Gaming. My name is John.
My name is Ryan.
And this is our inaugural stream and video. You'll see this on YouTube. We're going to eventually do all of this on Twitch, but this very first video, our intro video, is going to be uploaded onto YouTube. We've started Threat Level Gaming just to cover Marvel Crisis Protocol, a game coming out November 15th. We're really excited about it, brought to you by Atomic Mass Games.
Yeah, we're hoping to really get into the game, bring you guys review, products, battle reports, anything basically related to it, maybe character reviews of the different characters that are coming out associated with the game.
There's already been like 5 or 6 extra characters outside the core set that have been already introduced, as many of you who are watching this probably know.
Yeah, so if you're new to this at all, Marvel Crisis Protocol is a tabletop miniature skirmish game, like you said, brought by Atomic Mass Games. It's going to be done on a 3x3 board. You paint, build, and assemble your own miniatures. You get to create teams of all your various heroes and villains from the Marvel Universe. Super cool. So if you're a big Marvel fan, this is like a dream come true, especially if you're if you intersect with tabletop gaming like we do. I've been tabletop gaming for going on 20 years now.
That's crazy. That is literally insane.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
If you name the game, I've probably played it at some point. With a good portion of them being I've played them competitively, but at the same time, one of the big things I've been a huge comic book fan. Probably the number one thing is I'm a comic book fan. So like I said, this is a big marriage of like 2 of my favorite hobbies into one.
What was the first tabletop game you played?
Very first tabletop game I played was Warhammer Fantasy back in 1997.
1997?
Yeah.
I don't have anywhere near the experience of tabletop gaming that you have, Ryan. Ryan actually introduced me to tabletop gaming. I had played D&D before, I had played board games before, but not until a few years ago. I had never even considered myself a tabletop gamer. I didn't understand the appeal of it. But Ryan introduced me to Warhammer 40K.
You're welcome.
And Age of Sigmar, and
You're welcome.
Now I've played Kill Team, I've played Warhammer Underworlds. I've read the rules for Malifaux. I haven't played Malifaux yet, and it just kind of hooked me. But my first true love was comic books. So the idea that now, if this had been 5 years ago, this game wouldn't even have been a blip on my radar.
Well, you played HeroClix.
I did play HeroClix. So I will say that I played HeroClix for a long time, but never super competitively and never super seriously. But now, at this point in my life, having been introduced to tabletop gaming, having gone to NOVA now 3 straight years, demoing the game at NOVA.
That was awesome.
That was really awesome. Seeing a game that marries comic books to tabletop gaming is just, I don't know. I have never been this hyped for a tabletop gaming game before. Like, this is, for someone who's relatively new to the whole hobby, like I am, this feels like the holy grail. Like, this feels like the game I've been waiting for my whole life.
Yeah, I've been through many tabletop games that I was headed to, but not at this level of hyped. I mean, it's enough for us to try to get.
It's almost to the point where I have like a calendar where I just want to like X off
just
days,
cutting
like literally in a prison until November 15th, because I'm like, the demo went far better than I expected. I'm not really experienced enough to know about things like competitive balance or game design. I'm more of a person who can sit down and play a game and I can tell whether it's fun or not. And this game seems super fun.
Yeah. It was really great. We actually probably annoyed the demo givers a little bit too much at NOVA.
Especially Will Pagani.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We kept circling around giving demos and doing the seminar that Pagani put out. And my favorite part is that the characters just really feel like the characters. So if you're familiar with Captain America or Spider-Man, they just feel like themselves. Like, Captain America's good at giving out like bonuses and leaderships. You feel like he's directing the team, but also protecting the team.
His shield ricochets.
Yeah, his shield ricochets off random terrain. Spider-Man's super quick, and he's got a spidey sense. It's super cool.
Black Widow's worthless.
Like, that's not true. She's stealthy. She's sneaky.
She's actually really underrated. Her and Zemo were the 2 characters that I thought, when you first looked at them, I wasn't quite sure what they were bringing to the table. But once you see the little tricks and movement stuff they can do, they seem really good.
Yeah, and that was a big issue I was concerned about because you have someone like Captain Marvel on the same table with Black Widow, but they both fill different roles, and Atomic Mass Games has done a really good job of incorporating the two to make everyone worth their particular threat level, which is their points system in their game. So they did a really good job of making every character have a purpose and stand out and be unique.
And how do you want to cover this game on our stream here?
So what I'm looking forward to doing is as much as I try to be a super narrative player, which you can do with because I know there's like raids coming out, and you can always just tell a cool story and have a drink with your friends and play with the characters. But I'm always
restrictions on heroes and villains.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, you can play your teams, all heroes, all villains, and mix. And some people will be like, "Oh, that doesn't make sense. Why Cap and Red Skull on the same team?" But comic books.
I mean, read a comic book.
Yeah,
Red Skull got inverted.
Yeah, whatever. You can make up your cool story for it. But at the core, I'm always a competitive player. So what I'm hoping to do is really dive into the nuts and bolts of the game. Try to get a consistent going of competitive battle reports that we can play, and I would like to.
I think competitives are something that we're both really interested in.
Yeah, so we want to be able to try to build a competitive community around the area. We're in the DMV NOVA region, DC. If you're around there, reach out to us. We're trying to get a good community started.
Hopefully at some point we'll have contact information, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, it should be at the bottom down.
Our email.
Yeah.
If our producer.
Yeah. So that's my big thing.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I hate painting, one of the things that I've never actually taken to as a hobbyist, and I think this game's going to draw in a lot of people who are really into comic books, really into the characters, they watch the Marvel movies. Maybe the movies have actually brought them into the comics, but this will be their first experience actually putting together models, having to paint the models, and get them ready to play. I hate that part. I really like playing, and this is one of those times. This is the first time I've actually been really psyched to paint, and I'm not good at it. Ryan here he'll be modest. He's much better at it than I am.
I'm okay.
And one of the things that I would like to do on the stream is have sort of tutorials, since I hopefully we can outreach to people who don't know what they're doing when it comes to painting or assembling models. And we can have sort of a mentor-mentee relationship where, maybe on stream we'll be like, today we're going to paint terrain, or today we're going to paint the Hulk, or today we're going to, teach John how to use an airbrush. Because I've never used an airbrush, and everyone that's any kind of serious painter uses an airbrush. So, one of the things I would like to do is focus on sort of a tutorial, step-by-step hobby aspect, because I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of brand new players that come into this game.
Hopefully we'll get some really, really basics. I know for people that are into tabletop gaming, the stuff that we're talking about is probably super obvious. You have more experience. You might have more experience.
Fast forward through this, not your thing.
You're probably a better painter than I am. But for people that are brand new, like we've already seen questions like on the Reddit and on the YouTube channels and the Facebook chats about what kind of brush do you have to buy, or what's a good paint. What how do I maintain this stuff? Do I have to prime it? What kind of glue do I use? So hopefully, as we approach towards release, because we don't have the game to play in front of us or anything like that, we're going to talk about that kind of stuff to get maybe the really new hobbyist into just the general idea of playing tabletop war games from the ground up.
Yeah, I see this game kind of like how I saw the Star Wars games, Legion. And even X-Wing. I'm sure X-Wing brought in tons of players who were super into Star Wars but had never played any kind of miniature game before.
For sure.
Eventually we'll move past that, because I also am very interested in the competitive aspect and like playing to win. But at the same time, I don't want to alienate people who want to come and see cool stories, learn how to paint. We'll definitely be doing that too. We'll do unboxings, we'll do character reviews. I'd like to do character reviews because we know Hulk and MODOK will be available first day, first drop. And they've also announced, Black Panther, Killmonger, Okoye, Shuri, and Venom.
Yeah.
So I think that what I would like to do is go over those characters from a gameplay standpoint, meaning like a competitive angle, and then also look at them from a comic book standpoint. Because one of the things that this game is going to live or die on is how much do you feel like you're controlling Spider-Man? How much are you feeling like you control Venom? When Atomic Mass had their streams, they have a stream every Thursday, 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 Eastern, which is where we are.
Yeah.
Hulk and MODOK felt very Hulk and MODOK.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, I've probably read 5 comics with MODOK in it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much I could tell you what he actually does. But he seemed really cool. The sculpt for that model is incredible.
Yeah. Gorgeous models.
Gorgeous models. And we're definitely getting almost everything, if not everything, day one.
Yeah.
Day one. So, if you guys want to see unboxing videos, we'll definitely do that. Once we get our heads around it, we'll do some review videos. But on our Twitch is when we'll be posting. We'll be streaming Bat Reps. Basically.
Yeah, that's
going to be the main goal of what we want.
Yeah, we're gonna find a day to be on Twitch, and of course, everything that goes on Twitch, if you can't catch it, we'll have it on the Twitch itself for future viewings from the site. And if we figured out, we'll also upload it to the YouTube channel to make it so more access so people can see.
It's going to be Twitch centric, but we're also going to, I like YouTube, so
yeah. I think we're trying to take advantage of what we can on all of this stuff. But we like the interactivity of Twitch, so we want people to come in and talk to us, chat. We'll do painting video or painting streams where you just sit there and hobby with us. So if you get motivated, we'll do the Bat Reps.
Yep.
We'll just sit down and talk some nights about what the cool things you've been doing with the list, and maybe see some of your paint jobs and things like that.
I mean, we're gonna grow as we go because this is brand new to us.
Yeah, this is a first. And this being on this side of the camera is a first thing for us. We're clearly amateurs when it comes to this. But,
for now.
But because this game's got us so hyped, we decided this would be a good time to really dive into the content creation side.
Is there a character you're really looking forward to or hoping comes out?
Yeah, so
we talked about this off camera.
Yeah.
So.
So my favorite character in Marvel Comics is probably a lot of people don't know who he is. It's Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock is
someone who will not be in the game.
That's maybe a little further down the road. But aside from the next one, would probably be Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer has always been one of my favorite characters. I just think he's unique in the Marvel universe. Also, I know there's tons of people that want to do this. It's the X-Men.
I mean, every podcast I've listened to, every video I've watched, they've all mentioned mutants. Everyone seems to be an X-Men fan.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
How dare you? That's racist.
It's disgusting.
That's racist.
It's disgusting. Have you liked comics? Did you get into comics before you got into tabletop?
Yeah, I mean, sure. So I remember being a super young kid and my dad giving me my first comic books. It goes back. I remember collecting the old Marvel Masterpiece collectors. That's from 92, 93. And I had boxes and boxes of his old comic books, which is probably why I like some of the cosmic stuff, because he had the old runs of Thor, Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, the old Guardians of the Galaxy, all the old stuff like that. So I just would just read them. And
you were perfect age or close to it when Infinity Gauntlet came out.
Yeah, that is probably my favorite series. Before the movies came out, Infinity Gauntlet has been something that's just always stuck with me.
The movies did a good adaptation. Yeah. They changed it, but it was good.
But yeah, that's where the reason I like Adam Warlock so much. But yeah, that all came those have just always been. No matter what I've done, I've always had comic book in the back of my mind, reading it constantly.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm a few years older than you.
Many years older than I am.
Yeah. We're doing that now too. So we're going to do that on the stream. Okay. The first time I remember getting really into comic books is I asked for a subscription to Amazing Spider-Man for my birthday, and my parents got me, and this must have been late 80s. My parents got me a year-long subscription to Amazing Spider-Man. It would come in the mail every month, and I would literally run out to the mailbox. I don't know if I've ever even told you this story. It's the first time it was the first time I was ever really into comic books, and I remember being so excited that. And I've always had a soft spot for Spider-Man. He's the first hero I've ever, really loved. I don't know if he's my favorite hero now because I've been so immersed in comics for so many years now that it's always changing which ones. But Spider-Man will always hold a special place in my heart because he was the first superhero that I actually, read on a regular basis and followed for that year. I don't know why I didn't ask my parents to re-up the subscription because I think back then, and this will age me, I think in 87 or 88 when I got those comics, it was 50 cents an issue or something. It was crazy cheap. I had a Spider-Man Big Wheel.
It's fair.
So, Spider-Man's in the core set, so I'm very happy about that. I'm definitely going to play the hell out of him. when we demoed it, I actually played the villains, so I didn't actually get to use the heroes. So I didn't have to get to play Spider-Man or Captain Marvel or Cap or Iron Man. I love Iron Man.
I'm a big Cap fan too. So
huge Cap fan.
I made
to your detriment, but yeah, Cap's good. Cap is really good in the game. As for characters that haven't come out yet, I'm a really huge Doctor Doom fan. My favorite villain by far, I think, arguably the greatest villain in comics. I mean, you could make an argument for Magneto,
which is the correct answer,
or Red Skull maybe, or even Thanos. But Doctor Doom's amazing. Can't wait, and he's definitely a big enough character to make it in the game. He'll be in the game way before Adam Warlock ever sees the light of day.
He's too powerful.
Although now I say that, but Adam Warlock will come out. On the hero side, I really like street level characters like Daredevil, Iron Fist. You think Iron Fist is like a C-list character, but you don't think Daredevil. Daredevil's B. Maybe even A. I mean, he had a TV show. He's had B-list. I would say that of all like the characters that most of you would probably have heard of, even if you're only kind of comics adjacent, Daredevil would probably be the one that I'm most looking forward to.
That makes sense, yeah.
And we're definitely the audience that we're shooting for is definitely tabletop gamers, but we're also going to be talking comics a lot because the nature of this game, I think you have to talk comics.
Yes, I mean it's just that's the thing. It's just you can't even just playing the game. You can't not immediately think about.
So I'm sorry, guys. At least I'm gonna nerd out about the comics. I'm gonna talk about the comics. It's not gonna distract me from the game itself, but I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna have an eye on every character, and I'm gonna say, how does this fit into the comics? The sculpt, the costumes. Like for instance, Captain Marvel. Mm-hmm. I prefer Captain Marvel with the helmet. In the game, she's helmetless with the hair flowing. Short hair though, which I do like. I do like when she's helmetless with short hair.
I don't like that. I actually prefer the long hair.
Really? Yeah. But I like the Kree style helmet on her. And so you're going to get really nerdy, stupid comments like that. Like I will have comments, both positive and negative, for things as simple as, is Captain Marvel wearing the right helmet? So.
But I mean, we're hoping you guys engage in the same way too. We want the comments or in the Twitch chat, people just nerding about comics, then nerd about the game. Like if you have a super cool combo you come out, please talk about it. We'll try to play it. If you have suggestions about like your favorite team comp, and basically we're just trying to build a really interactive community so everyone gets to feel like they're part of this as well. And
if you're in the DC area, we're definitely trying to build both a narrative and casual like game store community and also a competitive community.
Yeah.
We've reached out to stores in the area looking to host the game once it comes out, and so hopefully we'll be able to have kind of a regular gaming night in the DC area. So feel free to contact us.
Yeah, if you're familiar with, like, we reach out pretty far, so we've been to Huzzah, Victory, Curio Cavern,
Third
Eye in Annapolis. We go out there quite a bit because it's not too far from us. Bel Air Games, is that what's one in Bel Air?
Oh yeah, Bel Air Games, yep.
Yeah, and there's Dream Wizards.
There's Dream Wizards in Rockville.
Yes, we also rent out the boardroom in Arlington every Sunday from 1 to 6.
The chances of someone in this area seeing this are slim, but we're putting it out there.
Just in case, so we come down and see us. But other than that, so...
Is there anything else you want to talk about the demo, about the game itself?
Just so again, like we're gonna cut. Probably in our next video in the build-up, we're gonna maybe go over the rules.
Oh, that's the other thing. Do we have a schedule?
We're gonna try to do this once a week. I think we're gonna try to put this out on a Sunday. So hopefully we can get Sundays.
Hopefully
we'll record during the week and try to get the
Although I'm not sure this is gonna come out on a Sunday. But even if this doesn't come out on a Sunday, I think our goal is every Sunday come out with something.
Just to keep it on pace, so everyone knows when we're
only 4 weeks away, man. I mean,
so that's like as we build up, we're gonna probably cover the rules in a future stream / video. Like I said, we'll do some basic modeling stuff for people that have never been into the hobby before. We'll maybe show some terrain that we've been working on. We've done a couple terrain projects. We have so that's one of the cool things about the game is that there's interactive terrain, which is pretty unique to tabletop gaming. If you've never played it before, you can actually pick up cars and throw it at your people, pick up buildings if you're strong enough. Things blow up and stuff like that. So what's cool about this game, as opposed to like say a high fantasy or a high sci-fi game, is the terrain can be like hot dog stands, and you can use like model train stuff in the O store.
I really dig the like. It's not really modern,
Yeah,
because it's like comic
aesthetic.
book modern. It's a comic aesthetic. Like walking around DC, I don't see newsstands very much, but there's a Daily Bugle newsstand in the core terrain set, which is perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, the O gauge railroad train. I mean, I think they've done a really good job on the train. So far.
So it's really cool. So you can make really cool terrain sets. So if you're familiar with the comic books, we have like a Hell's Kitchen table planned. We have an aim base planned. And we're hoping to just build up a big section of terrain.
The church that Ryan painted up, I think it looks amazing. We've posted that on our Instagram and on Twitter, so you can check that out. And we've also done it on the Crisis Protocol Facebook page, which is actually, we're not affiliated with it at all, but it's actually a really good, a super good resource.
Yeah, it's
the community.
Yeah.
It seems to be like the main hub of the community for this game, which, I mean, I have high hopes for.
Yeah.
I think the game's going to blow up.
I think it's going to blow up too. I think it's just going to be a really big success. I mean, the IP has become a juggernaut, just like Star Wars.
Just like Star Wars.
You just can't fight the power that is Disney and Marvel.
No, and you know, Asmodee is like
big distributor,
gigantic in tabletop gaming. So the sky's the limit, really. I mean, they have me on board for at least the first 10 years. However long they want to release this game.
Yeah, I mean, until they stop making it, make mine Marvel.
Yeah, make mine. Oh, look at that! Make mine Marvel. I like that.
So again, we're gonna. If it's not in the video, it'll be down underneath in the comment section, like right at the top. We'll have our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the Twitch, and obviously you're on the YouTube thing. And we'll also link Atomic Mass Games website. We'll link the Facebook for Marvel, the group. We'll link the Reddit, just so everyone can get as much.
Yeah, there's a Crisis Protocol Reddit, which is not as active as the Facebook page, but definitely is growing.
Yeah.
It has a couple hundred members now. So
so we'll link that, get that going, and then if leave any comments or questions or suggestions on how to make this look better, sound better.
The three people that watch this first video, if you have comments or questions, we will definitely answer them. That's being an early adopter, you get our undivided attention.
Yeah, exactly. So we appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time on the Threat Report by Threat Level Gaming. My name's Ryan.
I'm John.
See you next time.
See you guys later.